One of the big differences between our offices and even how I used to practice dentistry in the past, now we really focus on the whole body, the whole mouth, and the whole person, not just on one single tooth at a time. One of my largest passions in dentistry and in this practice is really taking the time to get to know who's in my chair. Not just which tooth number it is, not just what situation they may have, but really to know who that person is, what they're all about, and why they're here. Because if I can listen and I know who they are and what they're about, and really what means a lot to them, that's what I can deliver.
The patient's care is our top priority. We definitely want them to feel comfortable when they walk in the door first thing. That's especially what we want. A warm smile, a warm greeting. We want that instant bond, instant connection. We bring them back, we talk about what's going on, what the treatment is that is needed, and then we work it into their lifestyle.
A healthy mouth is so important to someone's well-being, because you think about it. Think if your mouth isn't healthy, you can't communicate to people. You can't kiss your spouse. You can't be around people who do have a healthy mouth. So when they're in there functioning properly, you just have a much, much better, healthier life.
My story of being here is that I lived in denial or fear for so many years of going to the dentist and getting the news that it's horrible.
When she first came to us, she was scared. It had been 20 years. She was just unsure what she wanted, but she decided that today is her time.
Finally, I got to the point where I said, enough's enough, you're an adult, gotta take care of things. So I got here preparing myself for horrible news. And I think the best news they gave me is don't worry about what happened in the past. Like, today is your day. The future is ours. We're going to take care of it. It doesn't matter what happened 5, 10 years ago. We're going to take today and go forward.
It's just for me to change people's lives is really what it's all about.
One of the first impressions I remember is when I finally got to meet Darren. The first thing he did was he sat down next to me right over here. And he said, tell me something about yourself. Now that is really neat, because some people come with anxieties and all kinds of worries about the dentist.
Thank you for calling Smile Grand Haven.
Smile Grand Haven, to me, is an environment where when you walk in the doors, we're laughing, we're having fun, because it's not work. We're here on a mission to make people better.
When a patient is here, we want them to know that this time is all about them. We get to know them. We set up an environment that is just more like home, so it's not just like an office.
When the patient first gets here for their first visit, I sit down with them and do an interview, and the purpose of that interview is to really kind of break the ice with them, make them feel like this is a comfortable place to be.
I was never fearful of the dentist, but never has it been such a pleasurable experience. Dr. Ryapel is awesome.
Well, I had always had some anxiety about going to the dentist, but after the first visit here, it subsided, and each time I took another visit here, it was better and better, so I never really had a problem that I thought I was going to have.
I get to build relationships with my patients here, and I think that's very important, because a lot of patients don't like going to the dentist for a number of reasons.
So we want to make sure that you keep your teeth for a lifetime. And it takes a lot of work sometimes. It takes maintenance, and it takes finding things when they're small and then dressing them and not letting them get so far where the last resort is to take the tooth out. And sometimes we have to do that, but there's awesome ways to even put that back to a natural state.
We have different things such as digital x-rays and the same-day crowns. Just quicker, easier. We just keep it simple.
So at our office we have a lot of technology, and it's not because we love technology, but it's because we're able to really take that technology so that we can help communicate better with the patient. So that way they get to see the problem, they get to know exactly what's going on. And I think it's much more important that the patient understands that and that their mouth leads to their overall health. So I like having a conversation not just about their teeth, but I like looking at their medical history. I like discussing the issues they may have.
Here at Smile Grand Haven, we do a thorough exam. And one of the things that we screen for is gum disease. There are a lot of people out there that don't even know that they have gum disease. It's called a silent killer because it does affect your overall health. It affects your heart. It can affect diabetes.
What it took to build the practice we have now was a passion. It was sitting down and saying, what do I really want dentistry to be for me? What do I really want the patients to experience? And I knew there was a better way. I didn't know what it meant until we walked in here, we saw this location, we saw this beautiful view, and we said, this feels like a really comfortable setting that we can bring people in and show them the experience that they deserve.